What's up? I'm back with another video. This one's about potential landing spots for Roquan Smith. I don't know much about Roquan Smith. He played for the Bears. I saw his him requesting for a trade on Instagram. I saw the letter and everything. I mean, he a two-time Pro Bowler. He I don't know how dominant he. I don't watch the Bears. I don't know, but it seems like he's pretty dominant if they gotta talk about his landing spots and everything. I wonder if he even gets traded for real because the NFL is nothing like the NBA where you can just, oh, I want to trade and then get a good spot where you want to go and stuff. So we'll see on that, but I want to see what they gotta say about this.
Blues want to go, push the hard reset.
If this is a contract negotiation ploy by Roquan, let's see if it
Am
works.
I tripping with the video? Not
No,
fun.
it's
Okay.
not out of the question. They can trade him.
My question to the Bears is this. If you're not going to pay a 25-year-old all-pro at middle linebacker, who the hell are you going to pay?
Oh, they're not trying to pay him. Oh, he's 25, two-time Pro Bowler. Oh my God, he might be. He sound like a beast.
With us right now. What's up, Cap?
Max got his own show.
Gentlemen? How we doing today?
What's good, DK?
How are you doing?
Everything is perfect, great, awesome. Headed up to the lake tomorrow night, and
It's his
Still
final
for the
year as a
weekend and get
rookie,
ready
so
to
why don't
crank
he
this
just finish
football
his
thing up.
contract?
So where do things stand at this moment between the Bears and Roquan Smith, Cap?
not in a good place because Roquan, I think, is asking to be overpaid. I know you just played a bunch of sound leading into me, and one of them was, well, if you're not going to pay a 25-year-old all-pro linebacker, who the hell are you going to pay? That doesn't mean that you overpay at a position. He's a really, really good player. Would I pay that guy $12 to $15 million? Yeah, but I would not go higher. He's not getting Shaq Leonard money. Guy's forced one fumble in 4 years. He doesn't take the football away. I think he's a really fast. He can cover. I think he does a lot of great things. But I'm paying my rush ends. I'm paying my cover corners. I'm paying my quarterback, obviously, my top wide receivers, my left tackle. That's who I'm giving top of the market money to if they earn it. Middle linebacker, will linebacker, I'll pay you really well because you're really, really good. But I'm not setting the bar going, well, Shaq Leonard got 19.5, so you get 19.6. No, not that much.
Cap, would you have paid Brian Urlacher?
Yes, different player. Brian Urlacher's, in my
Why he just bring
opinion,
up
and I love
Brian
Dick Butkus and
Urlacher?
all of that. Brian Urlacher's the best linebacker that ever wore the Chicago Bears uniform.
Really?
Mike Singletary, I'll tell you a quick story. Ron Rivera, who's a good friend of mine, Ron Rivera said he had to fill in for Singletary one day. He's like, dude, I made 23 tackles, and my uniform was basically clean because I had McMichael, Hampton, Perry, and Dent in front of me. I never got touched. That doesn't mean Mike wasn't a really good linebacker. Brian Urlacher was the best. Just telling you.
Yeah, no. The reason I asked you that is because you say you wouldn't pay a middle linebacker or Will or anybody like that. I'm like, well, I would have paid Derek Brooks. I'd have gave Derek Brooks would have been the highest paid defensive
Lewis.
player in the history of the NFL. So Ray Lewis, the highest paid player in the history of the NFL.
Yeah.
Roquan Smith deserves to be paid. It is what it is. You're 25 years old, Cap, and if you're trying to show Chicago Bear fans that you are serious about getting somewhere in the next couple of years, you want to keep your Jalen Johnsons around. You want to keep your Roquan Smiths around, young talent, up-and-coming talent, because you already got them on your team. Why let them leave?
I don't disagree, Key, with what you're saying, but does he deserve to be the highest paid linebacker in
It's his
football?
turn. It's his turn.
I mean, who else?
Just because Shaq Leonard got 19.5 does not mean Roquan Smith's worth 19.6.
Dave, when
It's
have you
his turn.
structured though, Dave? Because when you think about it, the deal is heavily backloaded, and I think that's the part that I've heard, kind of stuff around Chicago is that last part of the deal is like artificially inflated, and I think that's the problem. Like, when if you were to restructure that aspect of it?
I have no problem with that. If he said, he would take 5 for 75, and I'll build in really good guarantees because he plays and he gets on the field. I could
I'm
do
so
that by
confused. What's
pulling.
okay? I'm confused on what's going on with his contract. It's his rookie season. So either way, he can get traded. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the season, he could get traded. Rookie season, boom, boom, whatever, right? This guy is saying he wouldn't pay him that much. From what I'm hearing, it sounds like this guy is really good, like very good. Like we talking, and then the other guy talking about something. It's his turn. I mean, yeah, it's his turn. If it's his turn, pay the man. Because when it comes to receivers, we always talking about some. Oh, they gonna change up the um the pay because it's their turn type. Okay, if it's his turn, let him change up how middle linebackers get paid. If it's his turn, I don't understand, especially if he's as good as they saying he is. Every other position get to
five
have
for
their
a
turn, so let him
hundred
have his turn.
with
I'm not seeing
$68
the problem.
million. Dollars. I can't do
Yeah, the difference
that type of average annual
And he
contract.
for
25.
that position, see the difference between, let's take like baseball. Baseball guys get paid based on the scarcity at that position, right? Like
Mhm.
if there are no catchers that are hitting and you got a catcher who can really hit, he's going to get paid a ton. Or a third baseman, he's going to get paid a lot, even if you don't think third base is the most important position, right? But in the NFL, you have to pay guys on the most part. Every now and then there's an exception. You could always point to like the best who ever did it, like Ray Lewis or something. But for everyone else, if you overpay a position that does not have the same impact on the field as another position, you have less money available to pay those other positions, right?
Okay.
When you fill them.
Well, you're preaching to the choir, Max. Exactly my point.
Yeah, okay, that's true.
Baseball, you got a great player, just pay him. You can pay the luxury tax. Just go into the tax and whatever it is. In basketball, you got bird
So a
rights. You
linebacker
can go
can't make
over the
quarterback
top
type of
and
money.
pay Zach Levine $215 million because you want to keep him, and he's a good
Mhm.
player. In football, it's a little bit different. And I mean, Roquan's got 4 sacks in 4 years. Excuse me,
But that's not.
14 sacks
But
in
see,
four
but
years.
David,
His job.
but Dave,
That's not his
that's
job.
not Roquan Smith's fault. That's the defensive coordinator not sending him
Yeah, that's not
from the
his.
middle linebacker position.
That's not him.
That's their
It looks like
scheme.
he's a
Has
pass
nothing to do
coverage.
with his individual talent to
Look
go
like he's
get
a
the
pass
quarterback.
coverage type of guy.
None at all. That's the scheme
Don't
that is not allowing him to go get the quarterback.
Yeah, that's not his. That's not his job.
don't disagree with that point. You are correct. All I'm saying to you is when you force Peanut Tillman forced like a billion fumbles. He was a quarterback. I need you to impact the game more in game-changing plays, not just be a really
I
outstanding
ain't gonna lie
receiver.
to you. This David Kaplan guy just sounds like a hater to me. In my opinion, he just sounds like a
Cover
hater.
guy, tackler, very good
I don't know what he
football player.
got
I
against
want him.
In
I'm not saying I
Roquan
years,
would
Smith,
keep him.
but
in 4 years, he's been All Pro twice.
seems like he's hating.
Twice.
But it's at a
Okay,
I,
so
I get,
4
I
years,
get the
not
argument.
Pro Bowl, All Pro.
Cap, we have 20 seconds.
Yep.
So, yep, that's a pro. See that right there? Yep, no, he's already made his point. The great David Kaplan, ladies and gentlemen, co-host of Cap and J Hood on ESPN 1000. Thanks, Cap. Appreciate it.
Man, that's the end of that.
Oh,
You
man,
got it.
lost
I'll give him 15 a year. Take the deal.
Are they still
15 a
going?
year, that's Cap's offer. It's on the table for Roquan Smith. Why Jay and I think the Browns need to bring in Jimmy G.
Hey, look, man.
Yeah.
My wife was like,
All right, that's the end of that, man. That's what I got to say. David Kaplan, you sound like a hater. I say pay the kid. He needs to be paid. Two-time All-Pro in 4 years. It looks like. I mean, who else? Let's be honest. The Browns, bro. Bro, if y'all trying to rebuild y'all team, who else? Y'all already lost Allen Robinson. Who else y'all gonna pay on that team, really? That's good. That needs to be paid. Who else? Nobody. This kid seems like he's the only. Seems like that kid is the only good person. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I mean, it just seems like that kid is really the good. So just pay him. I mean, y'all need him so y'all can rebuild around him at least. Rebuild your defense around him or something. But there's another video. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do a 2 for 1 because the Roquan Smith one kind of ended earlier than I expected it. So we're just gonna go ahead and do another one. Add this one in there with it. This one is Dak Prescott defense, and defense is to carry Cowboys to a division. I don't really know nothing about this for. We're just gonna see what they talking about. See
Jimmy
what's going on.
Garoppolo, right or wrong?
That is right. They're catastrophically crazy. He's a really good quarterback in the prime of his career. They just got to the championship game. They average 28 points per game when he's in there, win 70% of the time. What am I missing? I love Trey Lance. Let him develop, but win today with Jimmy G.
Yeah, you know who really loves Trey Lance? Kyle Shanahan. That's why he's his quarterback. Diana Baker Mayfield will lead the Carolina Panthers to the playoffs. Right or wrong?
Wrong. I can't get there yet.
Dang.
Can't get there. Look, there are parts of Baker's game that we saw in Cleveland that was really, really good. I'm just not sure the rest of the pieces around Baker Mayfield are going to help make him great. I think the things he had in Cleveland helped him out a lot. Just not there in Carolina. No way.
Well, if they miss, it won't be
Really?
because his shorts weren't short enough. Rob, the Cowboys have more questions on offense than defense. Am I right or am I wrong?
You're right. Are we talking about their pass protection?
Okay, so is this whole thing just
receiving
right and
core?
wrongs?
You
Oh, they're
know,
gonna be
running
talking
back
about this one for a
situation,
minute.
who's gonna be the number one running back?
Cause that's hold on. If that's the case, right or wrong about the Panthers thing, wrong. Cause y'all not finna be trying to. Yeah, not finna try the Panthers like that. What was the other one? What was the other one? Oh, Jimmy getting traded. I think that's right. If they believe in Trey Lance that much, that means they seen something in him that Jimmy can't do, or he's just a better player than Jimmy in general. So I think they're right about that.
So again,
Cowboys have more questions on offense than defense.
The defense is pretty solid.
Right. I'll say
All right,
right.
so let's keep
I'll
it
say
there
right.
for a second because we occasionally like
Okay,
to
they
talk
keeping it here.
Cowboys,
Okay, cool.
on this show. So when I say Mike, who is it more important that Dak be able to carry the Cowboys this year or that the defense be able to carry them?
It's Dak. That's why he's your franchise quarterback, and that's the difference between them and Philadelphia. And look, maybe it's
Okay.
Tony Pollard in the slot early.
You say
until
it's
James
Dak.
Washington and Michael Gallup comes back. Maybe he has to make more plays with his feet. Last year, he only rushed 7 times for a first down. In his first 3 years, it was 94. So maybe another year off of the injury, we'll see him outside the pocket a little bit more. But that's why you're paying Dak Prescott what you are. He is your franchise quarterback. Elevate the play around you, and they're going to be fine.
Diana, what do you think?
CeeDee Lamb ain't number one receiver this year, huh?
Come up with takeaways like they did last year because guys, when you break it down, forget the offense. It was the defense that led the Dallas Cowboys, and to be able to do that in back-to-back seasons,
CeeDee Lamb a
and to
beast though.
rely on that would be dangerous. It wouldn't be smart. This is the season that it sits on Dak, and here's the thing: he knows. He knows it's on him. He sees the weapons around him. And yeah, we're going back to this offense that's going to look similar to 2016, 2017. It doesn't matter what the run game looks like. Dak needs to be healthy.
Dang, that boy Trevon Diggs was just what was statue everything.
Nico, final word on the Cowboys. Dak, defense, what's the biggest deal there for them?
Defense wins championships, but you got to have a quarterback that can score points. Your offense has to score points. So I don't care what kind of defense. You could have the greatest defense of all time. This is 2022, a completely different style. You look back 20 years ago, okay, great, the scores were low, defenses were tough. Now they put all these rules in place for offense to score points. So they have to go out there. They got to score points. Your quarterback has to throw a ton of touchdowns. That's just the way the game is now. And your defense hopefully can create turnovers, give your offense more opportunities.
Yeah, I feel like Dak.
The Cowboys put up
I feel like Dak gonna have to like show out for real. He gonna have to show out
big
for real.
numbers last year on offense, but most of them
If they want to make it far, he gonna have to. Dak gonna have to play like a number one quarterback.
Anywhere there's hope for the offense to perform better outside of the division this year?
Yeah, I think it goes through Tony Pollard. He's an explosive player, and I think they got to get him the ball more in space. And again, maybe early on, Dan, it's a little bit more creative. Maybe him and Zeke are on the field together.
Yeah, it's entirely possible, and Pollard's a guy that can catch the ball out of the backfield. Healthy Zeke would certainly help. They've been clear that he was playing hurt last year, so we'll see about the Cowboys. Meanwhile, though, let's get up and go. We're going to start with golf. The Telegraph of London is buying or selling that the Ravens will win the AFC North.
I'm selling, guys. We gotta get used to saying this. The Cincinnati Bengals are for real. I'm taking nothing away from Baltimore. I like
Y'all
them a
tripping.
lot. I think they're gonna be a lot
Baltimore,
better.
I
Coming
got.
back from all those
I'm
injuries.
buying.
But the Cincinnati
About that.
Bengals and Joe Burrow,
I
they
like
are
this.
here to
I'm
stay
buying.
with great young skill players. So taking nothing away from the Ravens, I'm going with the Bengals.
Yeah, chance of a really good race there. The Ravens come back healthier than last year, which they almost have to. Diana,
I'm buying
are you
that.
buying or selling the Chargers winning the AFC West?
I'm buying that.
Oh, this is a hard one, but I'm selling on this one. I
Oh
know
wait,
on
the Chiefs
paper
is in
right
the
now,
West.
this Chargers team looks really good, and they
I'm
were
selling.
this close to making the playoffs last
I'm
season.
selling it.
But you still got Patrick Mahomes,
You
Travis
do.
Kelce, and Andy Reid, and the Kansas City Chiefs that have won 6 straight division titles, 2 Super Bowl appearances, 1 Super Bowl. I am not counting them out. And oh yeah, Devontae Adams joined the Raiders. I'm a little worried about them too. So no, on the Chargers.
Not going to be easy in the AFC West. Canty, are you buying or selling the Eagles winning the NFC East?
Oh, Graz, I'm buying it in the big way. I believe that football is won at the line of scrimmage, and when you look at the Eagles, they have the best.
I'm buying that. After I've been hearing a lot about the Eagles today, so I'm gonna buy that. I'm gonna buy that. Everyone's saying Eagles gonna be good this year.
Eagles win the division.
Yeah, the Eagles look stacked on both sides of the ball, and we've been having this conversation for much of the offseason, but Mike, you've consistently made the point, and I don't think it's in dispute, that the Cowboys have the better quarterback, and that matters, right? So if you look at Jalen Hurts, like what does he have to do this year? What does he have to show this year to make good on the promise that the rest of the roster seems to have?
His accuracy down the field has to improve, and specifically when the ball travels 20 yards or more down the field, that's where Jalen Hurts has struggled. If he can improve upon that, guys, look out. This team will be really hard to beat when you look at some of the weapons on the outside. But here's the statistic, which is when the ball's in the air 20 yards or more, he was 20th in the league in completion percentage, and that's not good enough. And if I know that, so do opposing defensive coordinators. So that's something that has to be improved upon. And if he can do that, he has great work ethic, great character. They will be hard to beat. But that is a big area of concern, is his downfield accuracy.
Diana, how do you size this up, this Eagles-Cowboys debate?
I think Eagles gonna be good.
Well, Jason Kelce told me recently that he would go to war.
I don't, like I said in the last video, I don't know much about the Eagles though. I just been hearing about them all day, and they sound like they're really good. So
for Jalen Hurts, and it
I'm gonna
wasn't
roll
that
with it.
type of speak of let's go get him teammate. He really believes not only just in what Jalen Hurts can do naturally with the talent he's been given, but the improvement, the growth, and obviously this roster that GM Harry Roseman has built around Jalen Hurts to be successful. So it's almost like he doesn't even need to be that great, but if he is, that's an extra bonus. So you have one scenario in Philly where you've got all the pieces around the quarterback that are fantastic. We've got the D-line, the O-line, the receivers, the running backs. Then you got Dallas, where this is on the shoulders of Dak Prescott. We can break it down in a million different ways, guys, but the Dallas Cowboys' success this season sits on Dak Prescott.
Yeah, because Ezekiel Elliott not gonna do nothing.
I mean, look, we do focus on
Elliott not doing
for
nothing.
good reason. They're great and they're exciting, but the story for Dallas much of last year was their defense. And Chris, you think the Eagles have done enough work on that side of the ball that they should be right there with them, right?
Absolutely. You're talking about a top 10 defense from a year ago, and all they did this offseason, Graz, is get better. They added James Bradbury to play opposite of Darius Slay. They added Hassan Reddick, a double-digit sack man from the Carolina Panthers. Not to mention drafting Jordan Davis and Nakobe Dean to go into their front seven. So I love the way that this Eagles defense is set up.
How did we lose Hassan Reddick, bro? How did we lose Hassan Reddick, bro?
Jalen Hurts has to be better throwing the football. I disagree in terms of the area of improvement. Jalen Hurts has to be better on the shorter and intermediate passes with his accuracy. Last year, he was 18 for 70.
Bro, how did we lose, bro?
Now, adding A.J. Brown should help that because A.J. Brown was top 5 in receiving yards on tight window throws. So that should be an area where we see Jalen Hurts' game take a quantum leap. And if he does, look out, because this Eagles team won't only win the NFC East, but you're talking about them potentially going on a deep playoff run.
Yeah, they might.
Quick final word.
Yeah, this is why we're talking about how.
Man, I can't believe we lost Hassan Reddick. But that's crazy. I just been hearing a bunch of Cowboys and Eagles today, and it sounds like the Cowboys is better than the Eagles this year, but I wouldn't really know. But I do think the Eagles gonna go far, from what everybody's saying, or they just might be a bust. Who knows? But we'll really see on that. Cowboys has always been on deck hands. I mean, CKLE haven't done nothing since. Who knows? And their defense is actually really good. So but the offense has always been in Dak's hand. CeeDee Lamb might eat up this year, but I don't really. That's about it. That's it. So